What's up, everyone? My name is Jonathan Dornbush. Today I am joined with the wonderful Barrett Bam Bam Courtney.
What's up, everybody?
He is rocking out to the Spyro the Dragon theme music. Ooh boy, ruffling that mic up. We're going to be playing through the original Spyro the Dragon. Not all the way through, but we're going to be diving in.
All the way through, professional speedrunner, 20 minutes. Let's go.
No scope. Because we are playing through because of the wonderfully amazing announcement that the Spyro Trilogy is coming back.
It's happening.
I am very excited about this.
I thought it was never going to happen. I was convinced it was
Yes.
just never ever going to happen.
Yeah, after months of rumors,
Yep.
false starts,
Yep.
fake Reddit posts.
Fake
it's real.
Reddit posts leaked, like Amazon stuff. I think it was Amazon.
Yeah,
A couple
Amazon,
retailers, yeah.
Italy. A real purple dragon was born.
Yeah.
In that time, it's crazy. So we're playing the original PlayStation 1 Spyro the Dragon. This is not the new game at all, so if you're coming to this expecting new footage, we're sorry, go watch the other videos on IGN.
Yeah, do it.
We're gonna jump right into the game. We don't have a memory card because we're playing on a PS3. We're just gonna start a new game.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty excited. I have not actually played Spyro for any huge length of time for years, but I grew up with the original trilogy on PlayStation. It was really as big for me as Crash Bandicoot was, and obviously I feel like Spyro's coming back sort of because...
Okay, hold on. I need to hear what this guy says.
Oh, please, I don't want to...
For a dragon.
Like, I get that you're talking about, like, very personal stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I was
up
trying
and
to-
nostalgia, but
yeah,
hold on,
how Spyro changed
I
up.
need to hear what this dragon is saying right now.
You're talking through the dragon.
nasty Gnorc character.
Nasty Nork is a symbol.
Andy Serkis did all the mocap.
Yeah, I definitely see the... I was just watching Star Wars The Last Jedi yesterday, and I definitely see the Snoke acting
Exactly, yeah.
in all of this. Every single character.
It's in the cheeks, so you know it's Andy. Ooh, so yeah.
I've got some things to do.
Oh, Spyro sounds just like the biggest nerd of
Yeah,
all time.
also he's got like a lot of congestion in the nose.
Did I do that? Jeez.
Yeah, so Spyro doesn't sound like that throughout the rest of the series.
Oh, really?
Not to that extent, unless like my little child brain doesn't quite remember that.
Get
so
the
see,
guy
you can
out
do,
of the-
No, I'm showing you what you could do as Spyro back in the day. So
Okay.
we used to be able to do that. Man, the camera controls are on the triggers because they didn't have like the dual sticks at the time. Wasn't as big a thing, you know?
Yep. That's right.
So we've rescued Nestor.
Yeah, my homie Nestor.
Yeah. So, Barrett, I brought you into this Spyro the Dragon Let's Play because of how big a fan you might one day be of Spyro, because you've actually never really played
I've
Spyro
never
the Dragon.
played
Yes, I'm the big
Spyro.
fan. But
That's all I can tell you.
tell me about your attempt to play Spyro.
So,
because
my
you
one
promised me
memory
the story.
of Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah.
I was at my mom's boyfriend's mom's house
That
when I
is
was like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
And he had a PlayStation. I didn't have a PlayStation at home.
Got it.
But they had a PlayStation at this house, and I was just alone in the room. Like, it was just me in the room trying to figure out PlayStation controls. And I was so young to the point where, like, I didn't really know how to read. And at the title screen, like we saw earlier, it said, press the start button. And I didn't know what the start button was. I got really frustrated for 15 minutes and then fell asleep.
And just, oh my god, you fell asleep.
And then woke up 2 hours later, and my mom came in and was like, all right, it's time to go. I was like, ah, cool. She's like, how did you like Spyro the Dragon? I was like, nah, that game's bad.
You lied about Spyro, wow. That's a bold move.
Ah, man. Yeah, so that's the extent I have with Spyro. I think you assumed I played it because
I did.
Because of millennialism.
Yes, I had naturally assumed, but you did play, so you played a lot of Crash Bandicoot.
I did.
And you were especially a big player of the Insane Trilogy as it came out last year.
And you and I did a Crash Bandicoot battle where we got to see who was better at the DLC level.
Yes.
I just want it on the record reminder, I won that battle.
Let's not forget, you played that level a lot more than I had before that video. I had really not played that level. What I think is cool though is, and why I think you'll like Spyro when we get to play them remastered and in beautiful HD, is because the evolution of the series is a lot like, at least for me personally, Spyro's a lot like Crash. Like in the way that the game, one, feels like very much a proof of concept.
Gotcha.
Of like, hey, we made, like Insomniac made this really awesome platformer that's a little bit different. Like, you're a four-legged creature who can glide and fly around.
As for Crash Bandicoot,
two-legged.
Look it up, people. I know it's common misconception. Crash Bandicoot, not four-legged, two-legged.
2 legs.
Yeah.
The two-legged man himself.
2 arms, 2 legs.
2 legs, whereas Spyro has no arms.
1 pair of jorts.
Welcome to the anatomy lessons of Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
So why doesn't Spyro have any clothes?
Why doesn't it? Because
why don't any of the dragons have any clothes?
they're just some dragons. How many dragons do you know that wear clothes?
I don't. Does Puff the Magic Dragon wear any clothes?
Definitely not.
Are you sure?
Does Puff wear? I don't think so. I don't think that's like a.
There's got to be like a
memorable part of
verse
it.
in that song that talks about his cool denim jackets and tight pants.
Puff
I don't know.
the Magic Dragon.
are we
to
gonna
wear
get
his
cut?
shorts?
I remember us having to sing that in elementary choir.
How did that go? I forgot he was an enemy. For some reason, I thought he was going to be your friend. I don't know
No,
why.
that's
how long
a
it's
that's a
been since
mean
played.
magic man.
Yeah. So, I totally. Ah, man, I want to get up there. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the flying controls again. But yeah, so for me, like, Spyro 1 was very much proof of concept, like, hey, there's a lot of flying involved in this platforming, which added more of a complexity, whereas, like, Crash was very much in the vein of Mario and, like, double jumping and all of that.
Very like simple.
Yeah, whereas the big deal is that Spyro glides and can fly through the air, and there's a lot of, like, flying levels. And you get a lot of dragons.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump. And try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
I'm glad I didn't play this as like a 4-year-old because I would have been terrified of these
Of the
voices.
dragons, yeah.
Where does the lore go after the first one?
Well, so the lore, for me, gets a lot better in 2, Ripto's Rage, which I think is sort of the pinnacle. Ooh, that's too far out of the boundaries. The pinnacle of the original trilogy, much like, for me, Crash 2, Cortex Strikes Back is the pinnacle of that franchise, even though 3 is great, Warped is fantastic. The thing about Ripto's Rage is you really get like a memorable villain in Ripto who, if I'm not mistaken, is like an evil, maniacal, like, squat dragon sort of dude. Like, Ripto is not exactly the most imposing.
It's a dragon that
threat.
does squats?
No, he's a squat, his figure is squat himself. Like, he's a little plump more, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I almost thought of, I believe it's Mr. Moneybags, who is in the Spyro franchise. He's like a bear with a monocle and a suit. He's in the franchise, but he is not the villain. He is sort of like your bank sort of thing. Like, you give him,
that makes sense. Name's Mr. Moneybags.
yeah, you give him the gems and everything.
So this is Insomniac.
Yes, yeah.
And
The original. The
remasters are
Toys for Bob, the guys who actually did Skylanders, which has been sort of the modern iteration of Spyro. Spyro, at this point, was a PlayStation exclusive franchise.
right.
Yeah.
And so this is Insomniac, and they
Yes.
would go on to do
Quite a few
Sly Cooper.
That is Sucker Punch.
Oh, that's Sucker Punch, right?
They always
Insomniac
do
is
get confused.
which one's Insomniac?
Unless, am I crazy?
Oh yeah, that's Ratchet and Clank.
Yes, Ratchet and
I'm
Clank.
sorry,
I
I'm
always,
out of it.
even though I know them so well, I always do that in my mind for just a split second.
It all melds
Yeah.
together, especially like in the time of PlayStation, like the PlayStation 1 era of
Yes.
just like who was developing what.
Sure, but no, Insomniac went on to do Ratchet and Clank and then Ratchet and Clank Future on PS2 and PS3, so that was sort of their big stuff as well.
And it sort of makes what I was trying to get here. I was trying to think of Ratchet and Clank because it makes sense that Spyro 3 was all about the different abilities because Ratchet and Clank, when they transitioned to that, was all about the different types of weapons.
Yes,
and
yeah. They got
whatnot.
so good at giving you different abilities and different item types and all those things, and I feel like they really started to capitalize on that with
What are
Ratchet.
those little frog boys? Or
They're just
I guess
some enemies.
Big frog boys. Why did they run away from you? Fight
I
us, you
scared them.
cowards! Oh, who is this man?
That's the Hamburglar?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they had a big
It's a
crossover,
big crossover, yeah.
event with
there it is.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I think, if you get him enough times, he gives you a few
And
extra
people
gems.
said that Infinity War was the biggest crossover event of all
But
time.
me, an intellectual, says this. But yeah, so they would go on to do Ratchet and Clank, Sunset Overdrive, a few other
Alright.
big games, and of course, upcoming Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
the
excited for
the
that.
new trilogy remastered fully is Toys for Bob, so Spyro was purchased by Activision. They
Right.
got Spyro and Crash, and there were actually some cool crossovers between the two. I don't know if they were amazing games, but back in the day as a kid, I loved them. They were on like GBA. There was like Crash Purple and Spyro Orange were the
Right.
games.
Okay.
So they always went hand in hand throughout time to me. It was sort of a big thing. Marco the Balloonist. I don't remember this.
I respect him. He's going for his passion.
Yeah.
I like how like other like the dragons have voice actors, but if you're not in Dragon, you don't get
You
a
don't-
voice. Like
you don't get the time.
It's like I don't know. That's
Yeah.
speciesism.
Maybe a
What
little.
was What
Or
is
budgets.
What was the balloonist? What species is
Crocodile.
that man? Oh, it was a
No,
crocodile?
I have no idea. He was not a crocodile.
He was like a red thing.
Maybe he was like a ferret of some kind?
Are ferrets red?
Are ferrets red? Are ferrets red? Write into Barrett and Jonathon on Twitter and let us know if ferrets are red. Crash at its best was very much the side scroller, but like from front to sort of back, like coming at the camera, going away from the camera. That was very much like Crash's whole thing, whereas Spyro is more of like miniature open worlds.
Yeah.
As you can see in this
More
game.
akin to Mario 64.
Yes.
In a way.
Yeah, but and it really opens up, I feel like, with Ripto's Rage. Like, they really started to pack those levels and add in detail and add more verticality to them in a way that I really liked, because I felt like this one, at least when I played as a child, I always felt like Spyro 1 relied too much on your gliding ability, and it never felt like, oh, well,
That's a very big mean wolf.
yeah. I always felt like the gliding was never amazing with the first game. Like, it was good, but not perfect.
Okay.
Whereas it gets a little bit better and they add to it in games to come. And
Oh,
there I go,
no!
flying off the level. Ooh, boy. Up.
See, this is one of the tricks to beat it in 30 minutes.
You actually go below the level and then you die.
Is it a polar bear? Is it a wolf?
I think it's a wolf.
Polar bear wolf?
It's a dog wolf. Wolf dog.
Wolf man?
It's the Wolfman. Benicio del Toro's The Wolfman is featured heavily in the Spyro lore.
So, one of my questions
Yes.
right now, you're collecting all of these diamonds.
Yes.
What's up with
gems.
what's up with these gems here?
The gems are sort of like the currency of this world in the way that like Wumpa Fruit is the currency of Crash Bandicoot or coins in
Gotcha.
Mario, yeah. You end up using them for more in the sequels. I actually don't remember if there's a ton of value to them in Spyro World 1 beyond collecting them. Like, the more of the focus in this game is very much freeing the dragons.
Gotcha.
Whereas collecting the idols and also collecting gems to get, I believe, extra lives, or at the very least, you use them to restore your debt with money banks, I believe is how it worked in the future games. They had more of a purpose, whereas here they were like, hey, we need Sonic's rings or Mario's coins. Here are his gems.
This man's name is Nevin.
Nevin.
I think
I-
I smell a barbecue.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I keep forgetting how nerdy he sounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
boy.
that's a terrifying man.
What a corner to turn. Where you just like, let's return to that. So we're coming over here, save that
Ah,
dragon.
the little fairy.
And then,
oh my gosh.
Jack-o'-lantern knife man.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
You gotta fight this man.
You see I have my little
Can't run away.
dragonfly?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he was, well, that didn't work.
Nope.
Oh, there's
Oh.
a sheep inside him.
Ah, those darn sheep pretending to be pumpkin people.
Sheep are big to the lore of Spyro, I feel.
And he's just
Oh.
walking around on two little.
Stilts. Yep. Sheep on stilts.
Yeah.
A new mobile game coming this fall. God. If only I had some sort of fire to light. Oh, and I'm dead. Yeah. So the little dragonfly is sort of like your extra health meter. Like you get an
Gotcha.
extra
So he's gold, and then he turns green,
and then
and then you die.
yes, yeah. Which I totally just did to show the audience at home who might not be familiar what it's
To
like.
prepare you for the remaster.
Yes, yeah. Which I'm really excited to see, like all these little elements come to life in HD. Like obviously you can see sort of the PS1 nature of Spyro at the moment.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But man, like the same sort of thing where you can see the hints of detail and everything. Oh God. So it's blue then green. Yeah. You see the hints of detail that they have in this world, but obviously they couldn't do too much with the
Take that, sheep.
or Jack-o'-lantern man. Where did he get the pumpkin? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
When he's not focusing on terrorizing Spyro the Dragon, his side dream is to grow the best pumpkins in the world of what's the world in Spyro World?
In the world. Oh boy.
What do they call it?
I should have looked that up beforehand. There is a name, but I'm totally forgetting it. Dragonville?
Dragonville. The best pumpkins of Dragonville.
You can look for more of Barrett's /fic about the Spyro the Dragon universe on LiveJournal. Oh boy. Yep. See, now they're afraid of
these guys are just a bunch of wimps.
Yeah, they're not the worst enemies. Ooh, some more treasure. Yeah, so like a big part of it was collecting. Ooh,
Who's that man?
that was an extra life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Dark Hollow.
So yeah, you're noticing like we're in the first area right now. My whole thing about, and I think I initially like didn't love the first Spyro the Dragon. I was very iffy about it.
Jonathan Dornbush hates Spyro the Dragon
not
1.
what I said. Nah, I don't hate it.
Quote him 2018.
I just think it
at
is
JM Dornbush on
not
Twitter.
nearly as good as the others that followed.
That's fair.
But you can see sort of like the smaller, pared down nature of the mini worlds that we're getting into.
Right.
They really start to open up and get really big detail in 2 and 3. And like also they add to the cast of characters. Like that was the thing for me was the dragons, aside from Spyro in this game, I never really latched onto their personalities or anything. Whereas I felt like in Spyro Ripto's Rage and You're the Dragon,
Yeah.
you get like a lot more detail about the world and the characters and all of that. And it really engrossed me on a level I didn't expect at that time.
So it does actually really get into the lore.
It does really deepen the lore of Spyro the Dragon, yes.
So it's sort of like the Jack and Daxter going to Jack 2.
Yes.
Is it safe to say that Ripto's Rage is the gritty reboot of Spyro?
Yes, it gets real dark. Spyro has like a son he has to take care of all of a sudden.
Oh,
it's
man.
very confusing. Yeah.
Who's the baby mama?
You don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah,
is
you
that the
find-
entire adventure?
It is. Yes, it's actually a single shot adventure where you take Spyro's son through Norse mythology. God of War coming on April 20th. Can I not? There we go. Yeah, so I thought the challenge of Spyro 1 wasn't really there because of the game. Like I wasn't excited to sort of free these dragons and explore this world as much as I
Yeah,
was.
like we don't care about freeing the dragons.
No, we already are a free dragon.
Yeah.
We're a selfish, nerdy dragon.
Yeah, we could have just gone off on our own. And
We escaped the curse at the beginning, so as far as I'm concerned, we're free.
Why?
We're free.
Why were we able to escape the curse?
I legitimately believe, and we weren't listening to the VO, so it's been a while since I've heard it. I legitimately believe it's because Spyro is smaller.
He's a small boy.
Yeah. You could see, like, verticality-wise, just on that level.
Oh yeah.
He was easy to miss. Oh, nope.
He's got a big belly.
Yep.
Not a fan.
They did do smart things like, yes, you have these 2 attacks, you can't use the fire on those, like, reflective surfaces. Things like
Makes
that.
sense.
Like, it's pretty obvious.
Glass
But,
is impervious to fire because glass is also made by fire. Fighting fire with fire just doesn't happen.
This has been your science lesson with Barrett. The big thing that hooked me about 2 and 3 was really the worlds that they built and the levels to explore. There's definitely a lot more collecting as far as I remember playing through, but it was an enjoyable collectathon.
Gotcha.
Like it was one
I mean, as someone who loves Donkey Kong 64,
You love
there is no such thing as an unenjoyable collectathon.
Fair, that is very true, you madman. But no, I think you see it in the way that they've designed the Ratchet and Clank games at Insomnia. Like there's very much the through line of collecting like the bolts and other things like that in Ratchet that there are in here. Like you start to see that come through really in the later Spyros.
Okay, and I imagine like each like level in the later Spyros have a little more like diversity when it comes to like what it all feels like. I feel like every level we've seen so far has been like
Grassy Castle.
yeah.
Grassy Castle.
Grassy
Coming to mobile
Castle.
phones this fall. Yeah. No, there definitely is that sameness that I think also, even as a kid, like threw me off from the first Spyro.
Oh man, you.
His butt hit the side.
But you're bad at flying.
Yeah, because I wasn't used to it then, and I'm not used to it now.
There you go.
There we go. All right. Yeah. So for me, it always felt like the only challenge was that I was too impatient with flying or the camera. Yeah, like I was very impatient about letting him glide for too long in some of these regions. Like I was weird about the first Spyro for whatever reason. I had this aversion to playing it.
Jonathon Dornbush being weird about stuff doesn't sound right.
Never happens. Can I hit him? Yeah. See, they're small enough that you can barrel through them.
Yeah.
But I used to, as a kid, challenge myself to barrel through as long as I possibly could.
Gotcha.
Like from one end of the level to the next.
I get you.
That was my life's goal as a child. I didn't have a
barrel
lot going
through
on.
life?
As a child. Yeah, to barrel through life, much like Spyro the Dragon. barrel
Live
through
fast,
frogs.
die
Die-
barreling.
Die young. Good dragons barrel fast. Young. I messed up the lyrics again. But I'm really excited to see like what they do with this new iteration. I feel like the cool thing about the Crash trilogy was that they took the lessons from like 3 and 2 and applied it to 1. So I'm excited to see what they add to 1 and to really like bring it into a more modern feel. Because playing this, there is definitely a little bit of an antiquation to even just the camera.
Yeah.
But a lot of it feels a little more sluggish than I feel like later ones did.
I just want to comment that man's name was Darius,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure it's written in lore that he is the father of Daria from the Daria TV show.
Ooh. I was gonna go with Darius Rucker, the musician. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, sure, whatever you want to go with. Daria. That works too, Barrett. Our references are all over the place. Our references are like simultaneously for 20-year-olds,
And
5-year-olds,
for 4-year-olds.
and 80-year-olds, I would say.
My mom is super into Daria.
And Spyro. Weirdly,
Yeah.
she was a big Spyro fan. But yeah, I think one of the coolest aspects that I'm excited for, at least for the remakes, I stopped that boy, is...
He surprised me.
Are we at 9? Do I have 1 left before I can get out of this?
I don't know, talk to this-
My goal is to meet with Marco.
Come back after you.
We have
rescued
9. I
10
believe.
dragons.
Yeah, I believe we have 9.
Okay.
Yes, we have 9.
Let's get to 10. Let's get to 10 and like wrap this up.
Cut to
man.
3 hours later. I swear there's something you're supposed to do here, but I don't remember what it is.
Maybe you gotta go into the waterfall.
I think you die if you
Oh
do
no!
that. See, that's what happens when Barrett, who's never played Spyro. I'm excited because like they have had so much time with Spyro over the last few years, but Spyro
Just
has...
sort of like figure him out and like what
that
he
was
needs.
just my fault. Yeah, to like know both his roots and also his modern iteration, and what both sort of eras of Spyro fans love about him. But the other thing is like, outside the first Skylanders or 2, Spyro became not like, I don't want to say a background character, but he definitely became second fiddle. Like he wasn't he wasn't the selling point anymore.
He wasn't.
Which I think is a sad, unfortunate thing that
Runaway
happened. But
frog.
like, they did the Skylanders animated show. Oh, we found him. Hey, there he was.
Tomas.
Ooh, Tomas.
It's a very
Spyro,
sensual
press the jump
name. I like
button
it.
Twice to glide, and don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
Oh, Tomas.
Oh yeah.
You kidder.
Yeah.
But like, they've had all this time with Spyro, but haven't gotten to highlight Spyro recently. And so I'm excited for them to have that opportunity to like really let him fly. And obviously they've been working with him for so many years now. They probably have some pretty good assets like cooking, I would assume, knowing what makes that character work and not.
Yeah.
But in the same way that like Crash, it was developed by Vicarious Visions and it was very much a different team than the ones who had made the original Crashes, but people who worked on later iterations of Crash.
Right.
I hope that the same thing happens here where like they have a love of Spyro, so even though they didn't work on the original Spyros,
They sort of understand what would work well of like mixing sort of their newer visions of what Spyro is now and also like bringing that into the older fold.
Exactly. Like I feel like the flight mechanics are going to go up here and just see what happens, and we'll head over to Marco. The flight mechanics. Do you want me to go to Town Square, or should we go over to Marco?
Let's go over to Marco. I just
We'll
want
go
to see
over
where
to
the
Marco,
what the second area looks like
Of
really
course,
quick.
I'm
and then-
obsessive, so I have to get those gems.
Yeah, gotta get the gems, and then
You know, also.
we're just gonna fly out of here. Fly away. All right, Marco the balloonist.
Ooh, well done. What do you think he is? Last chance.
I don't.
Because he's covering his face with a scarf.
Is he like?
That's a scarf. I think he is like
Is he
brown
a fish?
fur. There's no.
He's got like a fin. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. He's got like a fin on the back of his head or something.
I think that's part of the scarf.
I don't know, man.
He didn't think we could do it. Also,
Maybe
like,
a
what?
lobster?
What a mean man.
You may
Ooh.
travel to the peacekeepers. Let's go to the. I want to see what this second area looks like.
And you can
Is
find
it
out what the
more-
Peacekeepers looks like this fauna. We're embargoed actually on this now. Yeah, we'll let you see what the Peacekeepers.
I want to see if it's any different.
Sure.
If it's not different, I quit.
You quit. The job or this Let's Play?
I quit.
Okay. So here we are in the Peacekeepers world.
This is like a more like.
We're gonna get this boy, Titan.
I'm guessing this is going to be like our sand level.
Welcome to Peacekeepers, Spyro.
Oh.
Look how our treasure has been turned against us. And
He looks like a
stolen.
leopard.
Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
As if you weren't sure what you were doing already.
Collect
The treasure. second world
You
they
look
let
like
you
a
know.
leopard. Got it. Oh man, he's just the biggest nerd.
He's not great.
I'm so
But
sorry.
he
Spyro.
evolves, and I really grew to love Spyro, and that's why I'm so excited. So yeah, here we have a desert-ish world, but also just some creepy
Purple goo.
ooze. Yeah, but as you see, like that's very much like the water in the first level. Chances are, if I go in there, do you want to end
let's
this
try it
Let's
out.
Play?
I want to.
I'll let you do the honors.
Okay.
You can glide, you can jump, you can just walk in, whatever you want, man. It's all up to you.
Yeah. Did it.
Unsurprisingly,
I played the game.
Spyro doesn't love purple ooze. Barrett will be reviewing Spyro for us in his wonderful capacity. He just volunteered. But yeah, I'm really excited. As I was saying, I think the evolution of the series is really exciting to see, and I'm excited to see what they do with that evolution with Spyro Run 1, because it feels a little more bare bones than 2 and 3 do. But I am super excited. We're going to find out so much more about Spyro Hopefully, I hope. They may just keep it a secret in the months to come. You can stay tuned to IGN for all our coverage of the Spyro the Dragon remaster, remakes, reboots, refreshes, whatever you want to call them these days.
Redids, redones,
Rescoops,
re-loops.
redupes. And with our good friend Magnus, Barrett's favorite friend, we're going to sign off. Stay tuned to IGN for all your Spyro the Dragon coverage.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, check out some of our other videos on IGN.com and our YouTube channel. For more news, tips, and videos on your favorite games and entertainment, keep it right here on IGN.